Hi everybody, welcome back. We're looking today at Jeremy Duff, Elements of New Testament Greek. We're in chapter 8 and we're looking at the vocabulary. Now, I don't normally at this stage of the book go into too much detail with the vocabulary. If you've got to this stage, I'm assuming that you've been learning the vocabulary so far, but I have got a hint for you and a tip and something which I think will help you a great deal as you come across some quite common words in Greek to remember and to work out what they mean. And it's this category of words right here. Compounds of erchomai, I go or I come. Now these are all listed page 97. I've got a great little tip for you to remember what these mean. You remember when we started doing compound verbs a few chapters ago, one of the things I emphasised to you is that you cannot in general work out the meaning of a compound verb by adding together, so to speak, the sum of its parts. Parakaleo, from which the old English word paraclete, used to describe the Holy Spirit, comes, does not mean one who is called alongside. Para alongside, kaleo, I call. There's no reason in general to think that the meaning of a Greek compound verb can be deduced by adding up its parts, the preposition and the verb stem. But there is an exception, and it is this family of compound verbs here, compound verbs of erchomai. Aperchomai, dierchomai, acerchomai, exerchomai, parerchomai, proserchomai, sunerchomai, which are all listed down here. Notice that I've done the sigmas in such a way that they would fit in the middle of the word because they're going to be joined onto this, and of course then you'd omit that breathing. In this case, and here's the crucial thing, in this case, it seems that you can pretty much work out the meaning of the compound verb by adding together the meaning of the preposition and the verb itself. Indeed, with verbs of coming and going and movement generally this seems to be the case, but particularly with verbs that are compounds of erchomai. Do use some caution with this, with other verbs of coming and going and movement and so on, but in this case you can be pretty sure that aperchomai means roughly apo, ap is a contraction of apo, plus erchomai. Apo means away from, so aperchomai means I depart, I go away from. Di erchomai, well, di comes from dia, meaning because, if it's with an accusative, or through in the, if it governs a noun in the genitive case. Well, di erchomai means to go through or to cross over or to come over or to go over, something of that kind. The next one, similarly, ace erchomai. Ace means into, or into in the sense of into. Ace erchomai means I go into. Ex erchomai, ex, come out from something or out from something. Ex erchomai means to depart or to leave something. Parerchomai, pa is a contraction of para, which means alongside or beside something. Parerchomai, as Duff points out, I go by, I pass by. Proserchomai, to in the sense of towards, as distinct from ace, to in the sense of into. Proserchomai, therefore, means I go towards something. And finally, sunerchomai, the last one on that little mini list here. Sun meaning with, in the sense of together with, I'm with somebody else. Sunerchomai means I come together, I come together. So here's a little hint, a little tip for when you're looking at these deponent verbs, and also when you're thinking about the meaning of compound verbs in general. Though they cannot generally, their meanings cannot generally be inferred by adding up the sum of their parts, verbs of movement, and particularly compounds of erchomai, can, more often than not, their meaning can be inferred from adding together the sum of the parts. Hope that's helpful as you're thinking about how to figure out the vocab on page 97. As I said before, keep going. 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day is far better than a binge of 3 hours once a month. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.